Good evening, and this is Tara N. Harper with Tara's Healthcare Consulting and Office Design under the account information Tara Health Services. Now, many of you are getting ready for the RHIA exam. Let me help you get acquainted with proper preparation. There are many manuals out there who will give you different advices of how to properly prepare for the RHIA exam, which is great. But my personal opinion, I feel most best is that you study in a group. There are some who study by themselves very well and succeed very well in doing that. And then there are others who study very well with others in a group. Now, how do you successfully study with someone in a group? You have to first know your discipline, your personal discipline. And that is, you have to know that if you're a person that likes to talk, chatter, have a lot of needless conversation that's not part of the topic at hand, then right there, that's going to be a weakness for you. So, with that in mind, write down your weaknesses of how you study. And one may be talking a lot. Two may be you get easily discouraged and you want to stop after going over so many questions after 15 minutes. Three may be you study this week, but you don't feel like it next week. Now, there are some exceptions to the rules. Many of us are working adults. There's a lot of us that are going back to school to continue our education, to further our education, and to advance our education, meaning you get your associate's degree, your bachelor's degree, and then continue on to get your master's degree, and then advance as far as your PhD levels. I can say I'm at the advanced level right now in my life because I'm getting ready to pursue my PhD. So what you need is, if you are a person that require a study group, you need to find like-minded people as yourselves. You need to draw the line and say, this is when we're going to study, this is what we're going to talk about, this is how we're going to prepare. Now, in your preparation, sure, if you study in the library together, if you study at someone else's home together, you may want to bring healthy snacks. And that, I mean healthy snacks such as carrots, vegetables, things that are not going to shoot your sugar levels up so high to where it brings you down to an ultimate low and you're ready to go to sleep. No, you need constant food that's going to be truly, truly healthy for you. Okay? That's number one. Two, and I study with people over the phone. I mean, amazingly, I've been studying with people from here in Houston, Texas, all the way to Florida via the telephone. And we set up times where we study 1 and 2 hours at a time. And so with that in mind, studying 1 or 2 hours at a time, I'm able to delegate some time and stay dedicated to my study time. And it helps me to stay focused. I believe studying in a group helps you to keep accountability to one another. Helps you to stay accountable to one another. It helps you to know, what you're all about and what you're supposed to be doing. So that's one thing. And so I can say, for example, with me, I have to book people all the time, being that I am a healthcare consultant. I have to book people. I'm constantly getting projects and other things pulled up in my life where I have to book study time. So make study time a top priority. Yes, you're going to sacrifice going to some baby showers, bridal showers, different events, wedding events. Maybe you're going to sacrifice that date that you have set up for tonight, or going to the movies. But you know, when you sacrifice for such an achievement as this, it's worth it. And it's not always, it's only for a short period of time that you will sacrifice for such an event. So sacrifice is another factor that you want to look into, and you have to stick with your schedule. You have to stick with it as much as you can. Now, talking to parents who have kids, yes, I have worked with people who wanted to study. I'm not a night person. I don't do well thinking past 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I just don't do well with that. However, if told in advance, for example, I will make time to sacrifice to stay up 1 or 2 hours past 9 p.m. to study with that person after they have put the kids to bed, maybe their spouse to bed, their husband, or even their wife to bed, just so that they can have that quiet time to study. Quiet time is so important for you to study. Now, here's another preparation. When you have your books, you may want to have a book like this, which is by Johns, which is the Health Information Management Technology book. This is a very good reference book. It coincides with the 2009, 2010, and 2011 PRG book. I happen to find the 2008, 9, 10, and 11 PRG books pretty relevant to the exam. I'm not discounting JB Review. I'm not discounting anybody else. I think they're great. I'm just saying what works well for Tara. Those kind of reference materials work well for Tara. There's another book that I have. It's upstairs, but it is a red, white, and blue book. Can't remember. It's Shaw. The last name of the author is Shaw. It's a 2010 edition for the RHIA examination. It's a white cover with red and blue writing on it. It has a tree and a clock on the front. But it also comes with a CD that you can download on your computer to practice for your exam. Now, it has a simulation mode and it has a learning mode. And you can learn it one domain at a time. Excuse me. Take the test, and then after you take the test, one domain at a time, it tells you exactly what your score is. So you pretty much have a gauge of how well you do for the exam before you take the actual exam. And I always recommend to those that have that particular CD by the last name of the author named Shaw. It's a 2010 RHIA examination review guide. Not a PRG, but it's a thin white book review guide. You take that book, you practice over domains 1 through 6 at a time. And then after you practice over those domains, take the first RHIA examination. Now, typically, the RHIA examination is 4 hours long. I think 4.5 hours long. And I always tell people, when you get ready to go take it as if you're going to class on a typical class day. Don't have anxieties where, oh my God, I'm taking a test. Oh my God, oh my God. You know, no. Go in, breathe, relax, and treat it as if it's another classroom assignment. That's what I usually tell folks all the time. Works for me. Let's see, what else to helping you get clues out there. So those are some of the clues that I wanted to go over. Hold on. What else? Being confident in yourself and knowing what you know for the test is great. Now, another thing you may want to also look at studying in your group and even by yourself. Justify your answer. Now, a lot of these PRG books, a lot of these review books, they give the answers already. But you need to justify why you're not going to choose answer A, why you're not going to choose answer B. And if they give references to say, look inside of the Latour book. Now, this is the Latour book that I use with my group to study for the RHIA exam is with the, again, it coincides with the 2008, 9, 10, and 11 PRG book. This book does, as well as this book by Johns. They both tell, in the PRG book, and I forgot to show you what the PRG book looks like. This is the 2009, yeah, this is the 2009 edition that I use to study. As you can tell, it has paper, and the paper is well turned, and it has all kind of markings and stuff in it. So it's a well utilized book. Okay, so I use this book to study from, and a lot of the materials that's in the Johns and in the Latour book is referenced inside of those books. So it makes it very easy for you to study from. Application of the knowledge of the test to pass the test is what you need. You need understanding and of why you chose the answer of what you did, and then verify it in these two books that I just showed you on the webcam here. Now, while you're studying over and over, you go through domain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then you start the process over. Study domain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Do a pre-test for 4 hours. So you have to dedicate 4 hours. I don't care if you got to wake up 1 o'clock in the morning to do that before you go to work or whatever it takes. But you want to have an idea what it would be like to take the actual test, and how would you gauge yourself as far as passing. I believe the passing minimal score is 300, and the maximum score, I think, is 400. So those are some of the key things that you want to do. So after you go through domains 1 through 6, and you've taken the pre-test, and you say, hey, I made an 89, I'm doing really good, keep going over the same ritual over and over. By the time you start on domain 1, you need to pay for your test. It takes typically about 2 weeks. You know, they got to approve your transcript, your degree, all the classes you took related to the RHIA or the RHIT examination that you qualify for. Sorry, but if you have a bachelor's degree, they will not let you downgrade, or not downgrade, but they will not let you step down to a RHIT. You can only qualify and take the RHIA exam. Okay, well, my time is wrapping up here. I got 2 more minutes to speak, but I hope this helps. If you have any questions, any concerns, feel free to give me a call. My number is 281-723-4762. That's my cell phone. And, of course, my business email is T as in Tom, H as in Harry, COD@hotmail.com. That's THCOD@hotmail.com. And you're more than welcome to visit my website, TaraHealthService's.com. TaraHealthService's.com. Yeah, that's it. Okay, well, great. You all have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you soon.